based on what we've seen so far at this tournament. Although we haven't seen, you and I haven't seen too much of Spirit just yet, but we are about to find out. We've got the pistol rounds commencing. forZe on that T side and Team Spirit. They're going to go with a 4-man defense here towards A. So perhaps they know something that we don't as far as their study of this matchup is concerned, because they are seemingly expecting an early timing towards that A bomb site. However, forZe looking to go towards B, and it's going to be a big old B retake situation here for Team Spirit. I hope that smoke grenade from Sotvic, I hope he knows a retake smoke for B, James.
Yeah, they have the range advantage if they do come in from C2 spawn with the USPs. So maybe it goes towards Banana, but that requires getting an angle for it in the first place. We see the smoke start to stream in. There's still no movement just yet for Team Spirit, and Coldy doesn't really see anything, but maybe the utility is enough. I'm sure he'll hear the footsteps now. He can hold on to construction. You can see them streaming in now from the A bomb site. I guess the last man will wait for the bomb to get planted. Coldy takes one in the face, and he may not last too much longer. See, Jerry's job there is just to take the gunfire away to allow Coldy to be traded, but he's still not traded. He's still alive somehow with 2 kills. Looking for a third. Now SamDayoung's alone versus Armazer and XP Power. He's got a kit. The Shadow will concede his position. Still lands a headshot, though. Finds XP Power now. Just needs to try and delay as much as possible, but he's going to have to go for this duel, surely, because there's so much time on the clock with a kit for SamDayoung. He's close. He just continues to walk. No more sound cues. There's the headshot. Can he get to the bomb in time? I think he will. And there is the pistol round, I do believe, for Team Spirit. A 4-man retake with a smoke and not much else.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all the rules are very different when it comes to the pistol round as opposed to gun rounds and so on. So it's pretty cool that they go for the retake there onto the B-bomb site, and they kind of gamble that, and it works out for them. So confidence from Team Spirit to start things off.
I got to say, Coldy's position here, managing to avoid being traded, especially when Jerry's just jumping out like that. Like, his job is basically to die if necessary in his teammates trade, but Coldy manages to survive all that. So if forZe were able to take that control before the CCs came in and took out Coldy, that might have made a difference for them in that pistol round.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Team Spirit playing. We've seen some of their games and some surprising moments that they've created around other majors, and would love to see that, them go deep once again. And Team Spirits might have a lot on their hands here. We've got a Krieg here, face crack. He's leading the way, looking for the picks. He wants to open things up here. Coldy's on the angle. Oh, the lineup there is fantastic for Coldy. He's going to go forwards for more. That is greedy, James, and he's going to get punished for it.
Why? I don't know why they have a scout on the T side. I feel like that's pretty difficult. You don't really have the range to go for those duels. I think a MAC-10 may have had more utility, and especially with the Krieg behind, I think that you could swing wide with the SMG. Again, take the fire away and allow those rifles to really activate in the position.
It might be one of those things where it's the fact that he's the sniper of the team, and he's like, you know what, if I can't get Norp, I'm going to get a scout.
For me, I think there's more utility with the MAC-10, but it doesn't mean there's one right answer. There's still 3 of them alive. Chopper might have got some footsteps. I don't think Sotvic will get in position to throw a flash for him in time. So now we've got issues for Team Spirit because it's a 3v1 situation on the B bomb site. Sotvic's got the MP9. There is time pressure, though, which may force forZe to plant the bomb. You see he's not showing. He's looking to play the plant. Doesn't take an engagement, but I think he was spotted there. So, he's just made a little mistake. If he'd waited a few more seconds, then who knows, but maybe the cavalry is here in time. SamDayoung moving through to the B bomb site, taking XP Power out on Banana. That's a huge shot from Flit, and now SamDayoung won't know where the second player is. Jerry can play a bait setup where only one of them peeks, but that's a different weapon, so now they've got the information. SamDayoung should realize there was a Krieg. Now there's an M4, so they're both in the same spot. He's got a kit. But he's still looking for a second frag. I don't think he realizes that. They're both in the same position. I think it's time to fall away now. He hasn't touched the bomb yet, so there's no need for them to face. He will quietly slip away into the shadows again.
Yeah, it's a shocking round considering how it started off. Team Spirit, Coldy, he gets a 2-man just almost for free. It feels like they line up for him. He runs into the angle trying to find a third frag, and that was his demise. James, he took a big risk there trying to get more, instead of sitting on that 5 versus 3, and credit to forZe and turning it around. I mean, this here is brilliant, but it was recovered very nicely.
So towards the end, I actually gave him the info. So Flick gets the headshot here, but then because Jerry's low, Jerry goes to take the initial angle instead. But because they've got different weapons, they actually tell Team Spirit, that they're both in the same position, but I don't think they realized that. Maybe thinking he switched out a weapon. That would have saved some time, then who knows. But here we are, 1-1. Team Spirit now with 3 pistols and M4 on some guy Young, and a little jiggle from FaceCrack. Doesn't quite work out for him in a boiler position, so maybe there's something to be collected there by Team Spirit for these 3 pistoling players. forZe creeping. See if they choose to go behind that smoke. That damage may pay off later on. The P250 shows some weakness, but Chopper is there as well.
Everyone on Banana right now for forZe. Rotation from Team Spirit comes in to assist B. That's because they got the push into second middle right now. Coldy is there with the 5-7, and he's not spotted a single thing, but he's about to. There's a bunch of players making their way back up towards top mid now. So this is an odd-looking default from forZe, I must say. But it is a default nonetheless, bringing back control towards top mid now. And going up Arch, where they will find Indus Balance with the scouts. And then comes Coldy from the back. And there's some frags to him. Jerry able to punish the rotation out of the B-bomb site, and all of a sudden, just 2 players left. But Sunday Young, of course, still has that M4. So he perhaps could be... Nope, never mind. He's not. He's done. He is quite done. Indus Balance now creeping around. Not too much he can do, except perhaps try to hold on to the scout and Kevlar, but that's about it. Maybe recover the M4.
Pretty sure Almeza heard him running towards CT earlier on, let him go, try to catch a second player. But he's been slightly outmaneuvered. So quite a back and forth affair to begin this game of Inferno. A slow start, a rough start, but forZe may be in the driving seat now. See if Almeza walks all the way. Ooh, just about. And now forZe know where the last man is. They don't have all the money in the world, though. You don't want to handicap yourself too much hunting 1 rifles. Jerry's got $600 in the bank, so if you want to have full rifles and utility, you may need to just hold on to these weapons. There we go, bro fists all around. 2 rifles survive for the Ts and 1 for the CTs. We'll see what their situation is very soon indeed. So forZe the team with the brightest mouse mats, I think, collectively, that we've seen so far. Team Spirit black and red for the most part, just like their logo. So Team Spirit are broken. We'll see what they choose to do with this M4A4. Maybe spawn dependent. There's perhaps an opportunity to get a peek, take a risk, get an early frag somewhere. You can see him, he's going to be making his way through to the second mid position. I think there was a flashbang from a teammate. So far, so good. Manages to escape with the M4 as well. That gun won't be able to be retrieved anytime soon, but that's the kind of start you want. You want to get some kind of advantage when you're basically on an eco round. Yeah,
very often what happens when you make a maneuver like this is it forces the T side to just say, all right, never mind if we had a default mine, we'll screw that, let's go all 4 together towards a bomb site and just go for a hit. Just use our numbers and our nades and all that on the bomb site to get a bomb plant, and that's your main objective. And typically in this situation it would be B, because Banana is much easier to just execute from. Less variables to worry about. As long as you have the Molotovs and so on to place in the correct spots, it doesn't even matter if the bomb site's stacked.
I wonder if they're trying to draw rotation. Well, it seems they're doing the job now with the grenades being sent through. The CTs won't hear any footsteps, and as you can see, Power and FaceCrack have been towards the A bomb site this entire time. So now they've gone from 3 on A to 1 on A based on those grenades. Disbalance moving back towards the library position. However, forZe have decided to creep back towards the B bomb site based on Jerry's position, I'm sure. He's got another frag and made things even weaker. Disbalance having a look, and there's the M4 taken out. 1 play towards Coffins shouldn't be too much. Oh no, he's dead as well, never mind. So, oh, okay, I completely misread the map, excuse me. Disbalance with the M4 is on the A bomb site. I thought he was in CT, my bad. Anyway, the rifle being saved is very good for Team Spirit if they can do that. You can see the hunt is on now for forZe to try and take that away as well. The weapon that was dropped second mid earlier on was a Krieg, but the Krieg was switched out for Power's Mac 10, which is what will be found, if anything, in that second mid area. Disbalance just trying to stay alive in the apartments.
That was a really cool round from forZe, just because what we got to see was active communication and decisive team play, which is always a really good sign. Like the fact that they lost that player in second mids, they start going towards Banana, and then think, okay, hang on, we can actually just go back towards A now that we've shown presence here, so we can get a rotation. Then as they're rotating, Jerry's playing for information. You know, he's a caller for the team as well, and given what he's seen in the pick that he gets, then they kind of communicate again, all right, let's go back for the B play. It all looks very seamless and clean, even though there's a lot of decisions that involve a whole team moving around. So that's again, good sign. And forZe, you know, they're doing a really good job so far in taking over the match on this T side. If we consider the fact that they lost that pistol, it's been smooth sailing since then, but it could all change here. Right, this balance with the AWP, James, he can be quite dangerous.
Not an easy shot to land, and he will miss it on this occasion, so there's an early disadvantage for Team Spirit. Maybe they can collect the AWP, maybe they can't. HEs may send that AWP away, actually thrown from the CT side. So I don't know if they were trying to send it away from mid towards them. I don't know how deep it went. HEs can send a weapon a very far distance, so it can be useful to protect a weapon in an awkward spot. Double HEs down Banana, lovely timing. And Jerry will wonder where that chunk has gone. Decide to avert some variants and not really go into Banana. He would have been isolated from his teammates, so they'll play the numbers game later on, and they've got time in which to do that. Ooh, Chopper's going to have a pop flash through the smoke, and that's perfect timing. Jerry on T ramp, and now Chopper's going to be a problem. That's really going to slow things down. There's a smoke towards the top of Banana, which will isolate the CTs, but they still don't have map control, and if they don't know where Chopper is, he could waste a lot of their time just creeping around unless Face Crack cracks his face like that. Now we've got issues for Team Spirit, even more issues. 40 seconds and maybe some sound cues for Sotfik, but look at the rotation. They're so far away. They could not be further away.
Yeah, this is a tall order for Sotfik as well to get multiple kills there. He won't get anything, and that kill that Face Crack got, that was a kill that they even could have ignored, knowing that one of the players that plays B has gone towards second mid. They had full access to Banana at that point, so it actually feels like even if they have the CTs have an extra player lurking towards second mid, it actually favors the Ts ultimately, as they will be able to seamlessly gain position towards that B bomb side if they're smart. And forZe are playing it smart so far, and I like how XP is just waiting in the balcony the whole time, or around the B apartments that is, not the balcony specifically. I don't think at that point, but he was here to react to any movements from the A players. If they were to rotate or run around, he would get the information as well whilst everything else is happening. So this is methodical so far from forZe, and it is methodical in a really encouraging way. I'm enjoying watching their T side play out here. This is a good, steady start for them, and they haven't really been tested too greatly just yet. Team Spirit need to find more success on their next buy. We'll have to wait and see exactly how they plan to do so. We're going to see a tactical timeout now for them. Team Spirit's trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Yeah, it's been a rough start. Losing the AWP top mid immediately is always going to be a problem. Way too early for a 4 versus 5. Quite a risky shot like that. If you miss a shot, you're completely exposed, and it's very rare you're going to escape. That was a beautiful shot from Face Crack. It's devastating. All right, so let's see if this can be kept up. What situation are the CTs in? Not aggressive, not the best one. It is Eco Town for them. Sotfik and Chopper still on 1 frag apiece, but there's plenty of time to change that. Some Die Young with an MP9. This is a dangerous round. There is stages to be had. There's a 3-man investment from Spirit towards the Banana position. We've got flashbangs and Mazer's blind and dead. And oh, that could do a lot of damage. He's still got bullets left. Switching out for the rifle just in time. Beautiful shot from Chopper. And this is quite the round from Team Spirit down Banana. There's only 1 frag to show for this for forZe. We've got Team Spirit moving into positions in second mid. The bomb is not on Banana, as you can see on the radar. So Jerry still has work to do here. And Team Spirit will be aware of that and move into positions accordingly. 2 rifles, 2 pistols, 2 per side of Jerry. Although the A side is weaker at the moment, both the rifles are on Banana, of course. And he wait. But Team Spirit should have good enough positions to just hold. See what he chooses to do once the smoke goes on Banana.
I actually think this is a really interesting position because Jerry's actually been playing really well this tournament so far. It is a winnable position as well. Only 2 players have any Kevlar. Obviously, there's some weaponry to worry about, but he's got 50 seconds to go. So if he can get a kill, perhaps he can outmaneuver some of these CTs. We'll have to see if he can find something. He needs to get that first opening, though. And you can see Team Spirit playing this smart. They're not showing themselves at all. That's the way to do it. Here's the first corner. Jerry's got to be checking this properly, and he can't find his kill. Chopper will take him down. So that will be a surprising round from Team Spirit, but a victory nonetheless. And that's going to really give them some extra added security there, a buffer, because that was a save round after all, and they managed to pick up a bunch of guns.
Yeah, we don't know if they picked up more than two. I don't know if the other players would be close enough. Maybe the guy was just trying to corner from mid. Perhaps reach the gun, but jumping on the logs here, just had enough bullets to finish off the job. That was a really key frag, that last one. Otherwise, who knows what might have happened. As he picks up the rifle, his teammates there with the CZ-75. So indeed, they did get a third rifle out of that. 2 AKs and a Krieg for Team Spirit. So that'll give them a lot of bonus money, as you mentioned, Dan. 4 players surviving that one. Okay, we've got another attempt towards Banana. Something good for 2. He is. Chopper stands his ground. Beautiful, straight in the face of Flit. And again, Banana is a disaster area for forZe. 2 rounds in a row, 2 versus 4.
But there's still definitely opportunity for forZe to find. They've got an AWP on Exit Power, as well as Face Crack with that AK. So if somehow Exit Power can find his way onto a pick, that'd be great. But you can see Idis Balance here is ready to take any duels towards Boiler and top middle, and he should have a great advantage against Face Crack. Ooh. But he has a nade in his hand, he's, well, rather just out of his hand, and he can't draw his gun in time, and that is perfect timing. Now you can see StarLadder is on high alert here. He knows there's a high possibility that there could be a player in the apartments, but that AWP could be excellent in this position, but no, StarLadder on top of the boxes is going to get it done, but Face Crack trades it out. He's got a chance now in this 1 versus 2.
40 seconds remain.
Oh no.
Dear, he jumps up to go over the balcony again, and he has been outmaneuvered on this occasion. But damage has been done. However, another round has been lost. So let's see what the situation will be. We'll see in a second. The second frag, so important here for Sofik. So important, and Chopper had no issue landing a headshot there on Banana as well. So that was a beautiful start. Team Spirit have turned things around violently in that respect as far as Banana is concerned. Sodfik back to the MP9, and forZe have got the hero AK on XE Power and pistols on the rest of the squad. There's a few flashbangs to take position, some HEs as well, and a focus on Banana, where there's only 2 CTs on this occasion. But as you can see, they're holding from the site. We've got the Molotovs. Will it be in time? It will be. We've got some grenades. I don't know what happened there. Sotfik's going to get blasted. There are flashes that can come over the wall. There's some spray from Coldy, and they're going to go for the boost as well. forZe stuck in the choke point, what remains of them at least. XE Power still with the AK-47, and now he's the only person there. StarLadder swings, and 4 players will survive for Team Spirit. Looks like it was going to be a lot more violent than that from a T perspective, but they were shut down.
Yeah, and just like that, off the back of that eco victory, Team Spirit are really, really coming into play now. And so even things up. the Molotov, they're doing so much damage to double mollies.
Credit to Team Spirit for changing the pace and not going towards top of Banana. They avoided the variants that forZe were looking for. The Molotov contained the Ts, and then they just got exterminated, basically. 4-4, now we've got pistols for forZe. No grenades. 3 deagles. The peaks will be dry, Dan. No lotion to be found here.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's not just 1 flashbang. I love it when you see a team just with that 1 flashbang for the mid burst. That's a nice double there. I think that's actually collateral as well. Beautiful. Don't see that too often. Except yesterday when we had, who was it that made the like instant 5-man ace? Just like it was in like 1 second he killed 5 people. Was it Perfecto? Yeah, I think you're right actually. I think it was Perfecto, yeah. From Mirage from Arab. That was pretty fun. But here you go. We've got the buy will be coming out from forZe once again, and they've just lost the lead. They had such a great start. But now Team Spirit have found their momentum, and forZe, I'm curious to see what their response will be. Of course, XE Power's going to be picking up that AWP, and it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic of the AWPs in this series. Speaking of the AWPs, Idis Balance will be making his way towards top middle, and XE Power is at the moment just watching over Banana with his. There's no angle for him to find anything. Flash over. Sotfik going for the peak. Brave stuff here. They have done massive damage.
I feel like forZe might want to avoid Banana at the beginning of the round for now, because Team Spirit have suddenly just built a giant fortress there. And they're playing the tower defense pretty strongly. Face Crack, XE Power, and Jerry remain. I think that's 3, maybe even 4 rounds in a row where Banana has just been complete farce for forZe. Just been shut down with authority by Team Spirit. Some flashes, take this balance off of his angle and give a little bit more real estate for forZe, but as you can see, Team Spirit suggesting they might go for a repeak. forZe not too concerned, however, they've got another player gone. The HEs We've seen, actually, I do want to say, we've seen some nice timing from the HEs across the map from Team Spirit. It hasn't always led to massive damage, like the late double HEs we saw down Banana in one particular round, but they have an erratic timing, which I look forward to seeing more of in this half.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that develops. We've got Team Spirit hitting their sort of flow. And as you say, right now it does kind of feel like forZe are sort of playing into the hands of their opponents. And so I agree with what you said. You know, just adding a delay to your Banana shenanigans would be a fantastic way to start things, just to throw off your opponents a little bit. It's usually a good strategy to play whereby you don't allow yourself to play into your opponent's strengths. Like, for example, if you're against an opponent that just wants to try to out-aim you, they want to take peeks and jewels, just find a way to starve them of the things that they want. And then oftentimes what can happen is they'll make mistakes, overextending to try to force their style on you. That can be a way you can look at things. But force back on the pistols here. They do have a selection of grenades at least to work with. But iDisBalanced has all the confidence in the world to take this deep mid-peak, knowing that he's not up against any AWP himself.
Will he be flashed off his angle once again? Team Spirit moving down the Banana position behind the smoke. I like the preemptive grenades. Stopping forZe from doing what they want to do. And Sophics now rotating towards the A site or thinking about it, but forZe haven't committed just yet, so there's a bit back and forth on the radar. But out of boiler they come. So they've got top mid, they'll show some presence, but iDisBalanced is so deep into the A bomb site, he should hit a rotation towards B. They'll keep two B players here, but will be traded. That's a huge frag onto Sophic as well. And Meza with a great job with the Desert Eagle. Do they have any grenades for the cross? They do. So this is a winnable situation now. They've got post-plant positions and 2 rifles and a MAC-10, and they've all got armor.
Yeah, this is really cool, actually. They tried to fake out Team Spirit, and I didn't think it really worked because Team Spirit still had 2 players on Banana. They didn't really rotate out of position, but they saved a smoke. So this was always the plan for forZe, was to always have that one smoking to rush back to B. So I love that from them, and now they just have to capitalize. They have to execute the finish onto this round as that bomb ticks away. They've got decent weaponry to work with, but the AWP is better. Almeza is going to feel the wrath of iDisBalanced as now the CT start to close in, and Flit's going to try to find a good timing through the smoke. Here he goes, finds one with the CZ. That might be enough. We'll have to see. Face crack in the corner of the bomb site, takes down the second one. They didn't know where he was. That forces Coldie off the bomb, and that's it. Beautiful work from forZe. They just about managed to make it work. By the skin of their teeth, they do it. And I love that round, James. That was cool.
That really went down to the wire. I'm not quite sure what SunDayoung was doing towards the end. Looked like he was looking for something because he was being shot and still wasn't facing for a second. So I don't know if he thought he checked the angle.
That must have been it,
and
right?
then thought it was empty, or I don't know what happened there, but it is pretty tight between these two teams, at least score-wise. Banana has been a fortress, but that was a very unlikely round. But here we go. It's an expensive one. There's still money for Team Spirit, however. But forZe need a consecutive round. They'll post up with the AWP. There may be a gap in the smoke to look at. But again, Team Spirit not going all the way in. They'll play in their own positions at their own pace. You can see there's a 2-man setup. Chopper having a little jump peek. Sees nothing towards the logs. Very well timed. Can they deal with a potential push? It's almost 3 players swinging wide. There's a smoke grenade, but it's still isolated, and there's no response just yet to that frag. You can see Jerry creeping around the smoke. He could find himself something, and he will. No peek from Chopper. Waiting for the cavalry. Coldie's on the way. He's got a flash by the well, but Chopper's going to reposition. Ooh, that could have been nasty.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it? You got to give props to Jerry to know that he actually, someone has to do something in that situation. They go down 3 against 5. He takes the peek. It's a really risky peek. Gets the kill and pull. That's so important. Got to have players that know that, you know, to take risks in certain spots or high risks.
Speaking of risks, the only person mid has the bomb. How hungry is iDisBalanced? I'd be surprised if he peeked where he was showing to the pit position, especially after being fragged earlier on, but just on the radar looks very, very nervous. So what is the meaning of this? Is this some kind of, oh, he's peeking as well, he's having a look. Is he going to look towards the bench? I don't think Flit will be showing. Well, he's got himself a sound cue. Maybe the scope was heard towards the B bomb site, but are they going to rotate back towards A? What is the play here? Is it you go B, I'll go A with the bomb? We've still got SunDayoung. He hasn't seen the bomb. He's rotating, however, and Flit's going to hear that as well, but now he's on his own, so he's going to be in a 1 versus 3 situation. SunDayoung looking top mid. Does he hear the beeps? Doesn't look like it.
Oh my goodness, giving away the sound cues, that's very unfortunate there for Flit. But that's quite a bizarre way, I have to say, for them to think, okay, this is how we're going to play the round out by going for, what is it? It was a 4 versus 3 for the CTs, or I should say a 3 versus 4 for the Ts, and they want to run a fake, leaving the bomb alone in 3 versus 4. That's a pretty, you don't often see teams ever go for that kind of an option, so it was interesting to see them give it a try, and it actually kind of worked.
I'm guessing maybe he's expecting perhaps one person to go towards Banana, get a free kill, and then everybody rotates towards A and the bomb's planted before the CTs get there or something along those lines. But indeed, on Inferno, you don't see that very often. You've sometimes seen it on Overpass, on Mirage. But Inferno, not something you see every day. 2-round lead for Team Spirit. Both teams are still on the bye. Disbalanced posts up. What is Almeiza's plan? You can bounce a flashbang off the left wall to go into the mid position. An old Inferno Hiko used to do that a lot. And again, Team Spirit being... They're changing up their setups on Banana. Sometimes they're fully committing. This time we've got more grenades. The HG's been really effective so far on this map. Are the traders there? They are. Can Chopper hold his position? No, Flit with a crouch peek is going to allow them to get into the B bomb site. A crouch peek with 20 HP is so crucial. Works out, jumps over the spray. He's in MacGyver territory, but he might not avoid this one.
There we go. Oh, the fadeaway. That's beautiful. I cannot believe, firstly, that he's alive, or the fact that he picks up an AWP and a smoke. It's just in front of his feet, and both are key in this defense here, post-plant. We'll have to see if it will be enough to hold on, though. Flit looking for the next players. The smoke's all over the place here. Very difficult to discern what exactly is going to be happening as far as Team Spirit are concerned. But here they go. Oh, no. That HE is perfect. Now it's down to Almeiza going for the transfer. It's not going to work out for him. Ida's balance will take him out for the trio of kills to end the round. And he's got plenty of time for this defuse. Another round for Team Spirit in the bag, which gives them 8 now against the 5 of Team forZe.
It's amazing Flit lasted that long. All the things that he did. The crouch peek with 20 HP to go below the crosshair and get the second frag on Banana. Jumping over the spray, through the smoke to get to the B-bomb site. Planting behind a fountain when if he went to coffins, he would have been blown up by the HE grenade. There's a lot of small things which went right for him there. So props for that. It's quite an interesting round on the Banana position. So not as strong as it was. Seems they will force the issue. But that is another thing. If the CT condition you not to go to Banana because they've been very, very successful 3 rounds in a row, then that pretty much shuts down half of the map and telegraphs what you're going to do for the future round. So it is cool if you can turn things around and force your way back into that area. But again, the HEs have been very effective from Team Spirit. They've changed up their approach to Banana. Sometimes they're going all the way and having an early take. Sometimes they're playing from the site with a few grenades. Sometimes they're kind of in that middling position where they're going for that slow execute with the HEs. Disbalance again, looking for that player in the pit. Has a quick shot, but doesn't outstay his welcome.
Yeah, definitely agree. So we've seen some great stuff so far from Team Spirit on this CT side. Quite exciting to watch them. And forZe are mixing things up a little bit, going straight to top mids here instead of working Banana early round as often they do. And they don't have a huge amount of utility remaining, so they are somewhat committed, actually, in their efforts here. Flit! What on earth was that? It looks like they lined up for him. Ida's balance with a fantastic double kill. Although the trade will be out for Almeiza, leaving Chopper alone, and he's on the rotation from B. So he's not going to be liking the look of this. Just might have to concede it. He's too far away to really give it a go. That was an explosive entry from forZe, and it had to be because they had no utility really. But it was actually, as I say that, they were actually left with almost all their utility. So it seems like they didn't actually do anything other than shoot some headshots. And well, that works.
See what Chopper chooses to do. Will he go for the HE off the balcony into the corner, maybe? Something cheeky?
Ooh, yeah.
Or is he just going to hide in plain sight? He's moving a bit closer, but not too close.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's going to go for it, isn't he?
Yes.
Surely. I mean, he's waiting way too long, though.
See ya.
Oh, he's going to die?
Oh! It was just enough. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but he died, so it's not so beautiful.
It's
a bit too slow.
It's worth it, James. I don't care.
It's a little too slow. I mean, if he's got money to buy next round regardless, then it doesn't matter. So we'll see what the situation is, if there are any shortcomings. I wasn't paying attention to the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so 35.50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the money for the T's on the other hand is not fine. They spent everything. So you can see Jerry's got no nades. So I guess that was the implication.
Maybe it wasn't fine. Sotfik could have done with a drop, but there we are. Flash to take us disbalance off of his angle, and Jerry has got a forward position on Banana. Oh, Chopper's just taken it for granted, hasn't he? Hasn't learned from the past, and there he goes. Now Sotfik's got a lot to do through the molly. It's a good play from Jerry, doesn't quite work out. Nice HE from Sotfik. The flashbang comes in perfectly. Coley run distraction, and Banana just might be held. The bomb's not committed just yet. HE towards the oranges will do nothing, and forZe will move away. And
you can see that they'll keep exit power there towards top Banana, because you want that smoke to go away, and then it looks like actually he's going to go for the full rotation. Balance will pick off Almeza, so that is a huge problem now, because not only does he get the pick, but the information's been spotted, and you can see the reaction from the CTs as they now float an additional player towards the A-bomb side, just covering the arch side from the statue. And they may even actually rotate Sotfik now as well from B. Looks like he is starting to edge his way towards CT as well, and exit power, he needs a pick here, but they're never going to expose themselves. They're never going to give it up here. They're going to play the time. Oh, there's the scope. It's heard. Balance with the HE. Is that going to actually be a problem? Hits a nice shot, but there's the trade coming out from exit power. He might be on for this clutch now. It's a 1 versus 2. He's got the bomb plant. He's stuck in a corner with the AWP, but he's definitely got a chance.
Cody has the angle. He knows he's stuck on the site and he hasn't crossed. And here come the 2 men. There's the first one. Uses the pillar quite well, but he's scoped in. Needs to go for the shotgun. There it is. 7th round for forZe. Really tough spot towards the end, but the score is kept close.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna be a great finish for the first half. We'll be back after the break for the second half to see how this one plays out.
And we back 7-8 in favour of Team Spirit. But will that favour continue into the second half? I wonder what the etymology of the phrase curry favour is. I might look that up later.
Of what? Curry favour?
Curry favour from someone.
Oh, I had no idea. Never used that phrase in my life.
Well, you learn something new every day, Dan.
Do you mean curry as in like...
Like curry, like Indian curry, yeah. Curry favour.
Interesting. That was butt clenching right at the end there. Too much talk about
butts today.
What do you mean?
Butt clapping.
Oh, right, yeah.
And all that.
Anyway, FaZe Crack will get the jump peak on second mid. We'll see 2 players. Doesn't tell you too much, though, because Team Spirit could just reset the situation very quickly by falling back, just by delaying their pace. And forZe are doing what Team Spirit did on their CT half, just a little bit more aggressively. They're stacked towards A. So they fear the fast A take, and they want to play retake on B as it's easier to retake B. I can respect it. I gotta say, we're getting a series here. That, this is looking like a close game so far. We've had some great stuff from both teams. I feel like Team Spirit have looked a little bit better, but looks like only 1 round better so far.
forZe are getting curious top mid. They're having a look. They're starting to creep a little bit. That's a beautiful shot. A little jiggle straight in Almeza's head.
I would be raging.
But they are moving down, and they're moving into a really tough situation, or they were, until they started getting the headshots. And the bomb is in their position as well. That's really awkward for the remainder of Team Spirit. A crouch peek from Chopper, but the bomb needs to be collected. And they haven't even taken the bomb site just yet, the B bomb site. Moving back to secure the bomb. We have Jerry in construction towards the B bomb site, and Amaze is making his way over there as well with Case Crack in second mid. So this is where pistol rounds get really, really, really weird. There's like no good decision at this point. Sound cues being given to Face Crack, but no rotation just yet. Does he identify that they're going towards B bomb site? You can see Almeza was about to go towards A and has gone back towards B now. We've got the utility from Team Spirit. Quick look from Jerry. No one's booted up just yet. Going to try to get them up just in time to get dropped by Coldie, in fact. 8 seconds to plant the bomb. And we've got to charge through the smoke, but all Face Crack has to do now is hide. Run for the hills. Run for your life. Ooh, just around the corner. Pistol round by timeout. When was the last time you saw that?
Yeah, that's pretty mad. It must be quite maddening for the likes of Team Spirit. I think they were quite confident about taking that one. I mean, perhaps, you know, in waiting too long, they kind of screwed themselves over, as you know, that can often be the case. forZe with the full buy, of course, as full as you can get. The MP9s will be out in force, and Team Spirit with the full save. And as you say, like, just seeing that Coldie only has $750 because he died after time, it's so weird. Dying after time in a pistol, like, never happens. And it's going to be a tough one for Team Spirit. They're just going to try and... I mean, there's nothing that you can really do on Inferno with 5 Glocks and no utility. There's just nothing, really. So one of the objectives that you could have is to try to, like, just at least get maybe, like, 1 kill just by using all the numbers, jumping on top of somebody, maybe getting the nades out from the opponent's hands.
I like how forZe are not allowing Team Spirit to do anything. Just taking the game away from them immediately on the CT side. And this may set the pace for the rounds to come. Well, Coldie had a chance, but the knife was on the way from Jerry. So it seems that Team Spirit have just had their computers shut down at the beginning of this half. But of course, the buy round is to come, and then these won't matter so much. But forZe are off to the races on their CT side.
You die after time on a pistol, and you got $750. It's just, it's brutal, James. It's brutal. I wonder what the response will be now in this round. We just got a full save, so you know, normally you would. It would be weird if they did another like half buy or something, or a full save. So indeed, we get the full buy, and Coldie's on a Galil. Not the worst in the world. Doesn't have any utility, which is not the best, but the rest of his teammates have enough. Orb coming out straight away for exit power. Straight away on that AWP. And
stop singing.
Jerry with the MP9. Close range there, keeping a couple MP9s. And Team Spirit are playing this one very slow. You can see forZe are responding correctly, having 3 players towards Banana, but Team Spirit could still go for a late mid take. As is not too uncommon at all, honestly, on this map with an opening like this. But Team Spirit, James, I think they're just going to go for that hammer approach onto B with the utility.
Speaking of utility, XePower's in CT with the AWP, but he doesn't have a flash to throw into the B bomb site, which can be so powerful for the CTs. We'll see how long Jerry survives without it. Oh, through the smoke. Oh, there's no smoke. What the hell was the smoke? Jerry swings out with the MP9. There's a smoke for the coffins, but there isn't a smoke for CT.
Oh, it must have bounced off a teammate or something.
Oh dear, well that's a disastrous situation, and that might be all the difference. Team Spirit with a false start here.
That smoke we saw at the end there towards Banana, that must have been the T smoke, but it must have just hit a teammate when they're running in or something like that. But then again, I guess it's weird because there's so many ways to smoke without throwing it at the ground, if you know what I mean. You can throw it, you know, lineups, a bunch of different lineups to do it from Banana itself. So that shouldn't happen. That's what you know. Those lineups prevent that from happening. But
yeah,
if you
maybe they're trying to figure out what just happened, because I didn't see it on camera, so I'm not really sure how that happened.
Yeah,
that's worst case scenario. You don't smoke CT and there's an AWP there. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, I hope for their sake it's not the case that they just didn't smoke.
The last thing you want is a crossfire going into the B bomb site.
Yeah,
that's literally the last thing you want.
Well, that's the crazy thing, right? Because you have it was a 3v1 against a guy who's playing New Box with the MP9, so it's very realistic that you get a kill without losing anybody there, and you get a bomb plant, and you're in a 3v3 after plant, and you get to set up. So if that smoke is down. But
well, Team Spirit are going to go for the Hero AK, at least to keep the CT economy honest, because they've got a chance to really build here. Now, again, in a situation like this, where you've got 1 rifle and 4 pistols, you can't just have your pistoling players just running around and dying. You need them to swarm, and you need them to swing wide so they can die when you are in position to trade, to create space for your team to push forward. That's why Sundown is the point man. But at this point, maybe you have Chopper swing wide. He's only got 28 HP, rather than dry peek the coffin's position. But Sundown is happy to do that, to take all these dry peeks. Now, there are so many tricky positions herein. There's that one, there's the fountain, somebody behind a pillar behind the fountain. There's a new box, there's the boost on new box, but still, there we go. And look, if the teammates are too far away, in my opinion, I really feel like worth risking a low health play there just to get the information, have the AK follow up, but here we are. That rifle will not be recovered, or maybe it will be. It's a nice shot from Disbalance. They were looking for damage, they've got some, but now they need a little more. Sotfik, the last man standing, 2 players on the B-bomb site. You can see them start to move in. AWP holding the angle. And there we go. All good in the hood for forZe.
yeah, I agree with you. It seems like it's kind of the opposite of what the goal should be, to have the pistols just so far away from the rifler. You know, sure, open up with the rifle.
To be honest, when you're that close,
then
you could just run in.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? You know, you can have your rifle peeking into the site, and the pistols kind of closer to oranges, peeking towards CT. And so then, when you die taking your peek, they just immediately are able to trade.
They were split up because of the Molotov, but if
right.
they had people more forward before that had come in, then perhaps they would not have been so separated in the first place. So there we go. But they're back on the buy. Sotfik's got the MP. He's got the Mac 10 because he dropped the AK for the hero round. Sundown's very quickly in the boiler position, and there's an early frag for Team Spirit. That's exactly what you want on the T side. An early 5 versus 4 situation. Now we look for a response from forZe. The smoke will be dropped on the balcony, and there's a potential flank for face crack, but they've lost a bomb site in the meantime.
Yeah,
and there's a flank taken out by Chopper.
It looked completely surprising for forZe. They were caught off guard so badly there. That burst has worked out beautifully. Sometimes those fast contact plays can really be, I mean, you might just not be ready for them on the CT side, and this was absolutely the case. And Chopper's going to be able to find Almazer, hunting everyone down. Jerry, the last man standing here, the leader of the team. And the economy is definitely going to be stretched now for them. They're going to be spending pretty much everything in the following round. And they'll get a full buyout, and it will look good. But that's when they have to take back control of the game. If they aren't able to do so in the next rounds, Team Spirit will start to build a huge amount of momentum. They'll be playing against the save. They'll be, I think, 2 rounds up. So yeah, it's such a back and forth game here between these two teams, which is cool to see. A lot of favor there towards forZe. A lot of favor, actually. That's actually really surprising if you consider it. If you consider the ranking and the histories and everything like that. And right now, Spirit, if they win this round, they're in a position to completely take over this map. It's a big one. Nice balance, looking up Banana with the AWP, looking for an aggressive peek, but Exupower is just playing way back. Actually, no, he's playing forward on the apartments with the AWP. Exupower making plays with the AWP, but not going too far, it seems. Wants to punish defaults. So you can see the setup here, that if you have the 2 players that normally come in, one through the balcony, one through the stairs, this punishes that default.
Very close peek by Coldy, but there's nothing more he can do. Down to 14 HP, cannot avenge his teammate, cannot take position in apartments. So there's the usual shtick is not going to quite work out for Team Spirit towards the apartments. What do they do towards the B-bomb side? A bomb still left on T ramp while they try to get something towards the B-bomb site. No smoke towards CT just yet. And that bomb must be collected.
Yeah, if you can't get apartments in your default as a T side, you kind of you're forced to go to B. So I would love to see forZe rotating an extra player towards B, given that knowledge, but they're playing it extremely safe. And now they're starting to rotate an extra player. I think now they've worked it out. This is going to be desperate for Team Spirit, but perhaps they can just hit the shots. That's what they have to do now. It's the only way out of this situation. You've got to hit the shots going into this B-bomb site.
Boosting up behind the smoke. There's a push from Jerry. Not quite going to work out for him. But there's still a crossfire here with the boost position. A flying Flick comes out of nowhere. I think Flick was the one rotating from the A-bomb site to B towards the well. He didn't have a flash, and I think Jerry did. So I did wonder if they would switch positions or something, but you never know how much time you have. Went for the boost, and eventually it worked out. I thought there'd be more carnage, there'd be more casualties than that. But that smoke went down with some good timing. I think there was about 42 seconds on the clock when that last smoke came in, so that might make the T's more nervous, trying to push that B-bomb site. forZe passed an important test, and now they find themselves with 2 AWPs in round 22, a 3-round lead versus their opponent. HE down mid will do a little damage. Team Spirit have often had their own flashbang up the middle of mid just in case. And Spirit will start slow in this round, but forZe certainly went towards apartments. Once again, they've gone for a push of 2 men.
Yeah, it's really cool to see them punishing the default like that, and Almeza sees ahead, but he is the one to lose his. That is beautiful from Chopper, actually. You don't often, again, that's like not a common angle that you'll expect because that player's boosted. So awesome reaction there from Chopper. However, still 2 AWPs alive here for forZe, and one way to play this is to rotate one AWP towards B and then just play the other 3 players towards A. And if you lose B, you lose B. And you can save the rifles into the next round because their economy is not great. So that might be a good way to play this, but instead they're going for the other option, which is to play 2 to a bomb side.
Yeah, this is a rough situation because they're passive everywhere. That flash didn't quite go where it was supposed to. So I think there was some aggression being attempted there, but it was a fail. So again, there's no forward play, there's no creep up A to see what's going on top mid, but there is a shot onto the bomb carrier, and now they need to buy some time. But there's very, very slow movement from the CTs towards the B bomb site. 30 seconds left, and they really need to get over towards B A fast. Otherwise, teams are just resigning their teammates to die there. Elbow seen, and the AWPs on A have been fantastic. Only 2 of them hold. Very stoppy-starty push from the T side, and it's shut down somehow with only 2 forZe players.
Yeah, I agree with you. For some reason, the B players are just like, yeah, we're just watching the sidelines in this one. And perhaps they had supreme confidence in Exit Power, and if so, they would be right, because that was a great defense from him. And they handled that really well. As you say, there were risks taken by forZe. You have to take some risks. They played very passive, but it worked out, and that's the power of the AWP. And here goes Exit Power once again. He's going deep. You can see he's feeling that confidence. He's going even deeper still towards second mid. And the flashbangs come in, and that will keep him accountable there. Has to fall back. Is he going to go out again? He's absolutely mad. Oh, my God.
Seems Exit Power was considering another look down mid for a second, but chose to avoid variance. Flip falling back, trying to play the range versus some of these weapons. This is a very fast-moving round. What's the shotgun like for Exit Power? 2 CTs taken out, but the pit is still, never mind. They're all going to go as well. So that is the round over, pretty much. 5-man charge of the A-bomb site. There's no answer from forZe, scurrying away, trying to hold on to what they have. Exit Power and Flick can buy some weapons. FaZe could take something crap, while the rest of his team have the big guns, or they can move things around as they want to, if these 2 players can survive. And look at the money for Team Spirit. It's not spectacular either, so they won't even hunt with the MAC-10s. Won't be too worried about apartment HEs. It was them throwing them in the first half, but they have position deep in the apartments. So that's quite the burst from Team Spirit. Can they rely on that round after round, though? They've still got 3 rounds to recover just to tie the score.
Yeah, that was explosive. And fortunately, forZe managed to save 2 guns. Pretty key, given the money's not perfect. And this game is still going. This is still quite the lively one. And those really fast bursts towards that A-bomb side, those have been successful on a number of occasions now for the T's. And you can see Team Spirit there not having the greatest of success here on this second half. Actually, so is that the case then, that 2 rounds that they won with so many players, that is actually the 2 rounds where they just did the fast burst towards A? Interesting. Well, there's going to be an interesting round ahead. We'll have, I believe, what will be the last buy for Team Spirit, unless they can... Oh, sorry, for forZe, unless they can actually muster a win here somehow. Got the MAC-7 out for FaZe Crack. But the AWP is still alive, that's important. How aggressive will Exit be this time? He was bouncing around like crazy in the last round. Here he goes once again. He's not afraid to take some of these peeks. Passive towards Banana for the CTs. Team Spirit respond by waiting up the nades and then pushing forwards. It's a very passive setup for forZe overall here, towards middle as well.
Well, there's part 1 of the map control, Banana. Part 2 is apartment / top mid. Maybe apartments is part 2 and top mid is part 3. Now, apartments has been nervous for them in some of the rounds prior, and indeed there's seems to be more aggression in that respect. Well, that Mag 7 could be nasty. 1 minute on the clock, and part 3 is top mid, as we said. But Flit's got himself an angle. Spots one in Boiler, and he's able to fall back from that. There's no response from Team Spirit. There's too much fire on the short position. More grenades sailing away, but now the information's been denied. So if they can put 4 of these players in the right place, Team Spirit, then maybe something can be done. They have 2 flashbangs only, Team Spirit. So it's going to be rough for them to move into these choke points, but they do seem focused on the A-bomb site.
Oh. Mag 7, oh god, Cody's somehow got the number of face crack. Mag 7 will not do anything here. Exit power, he's going to have to be quite quick there. Can't find the shot as Cody drops into the pit position. He goes back for another look of it though, and trying to get that wall bang. And now Jerry's gone as well. Got to save the orbs. Team Spirit, they've actually broken the money here of forZe. forZe they really need these orbs to survive, and I imagine they're going to force buy around them. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Almeza will be able to drop a rifle. Exit power, I suppose, could drop maybe. I don't know if the loss bonus will allow him to be able to drop a FAMAS. We might see a bunch of MP9s here fortifying these AWPs, but Team Spirit finding success off of their default there. That's good news. That's something that is replicable.
There was potential with the AWP angle being held from Arch. If you're not smoked off there and you can make sure they don't cross to the pit, and it can make the retake easier. But you need more than AWPs alive for that retake, so only 2 players left. Just didn't have the personnel, not enough men for the job. They still have a 2-round lead though, forZe, at the moment. But this may be an unusual round. We need some aggression, or they need some aggression from these AWPs again to take that advantage. And XE looks to maybe outstay his welcome on this occasion, but a flashbang is prepared. Scopes in, and there'll be nothing doing there just yet. So that's one of the AWPs, and Almeza is over towards the A-bomb site as well with the other one. So again, XE trying to look everywhere reasonable to take a shot with AWP, and it seems that both snipers are going to start rotating. Maybe one goes towards B. Indeed, Almeza will make his way over there. Quick peek from a pistol, and Jerry stays alive with a smoke grenade, no less. So that will allow Almeza to get into position. In the meantime, XE has been left on the short area. Starts to look towards Boiler again. So Team Spirit needs to start finding some eliminations as we move towards the minute mark.
Back to Banana. Team Spirit's ready to shove all in onto the B-bomb side, and well, there is a possibility that forZe could offer something quite dangerous here, that AWP, if Almeza is able to connect quickly. But, you know, you'd imagine there'd be a smoke on coffins, there'll be chain flashes, that he should be disabled in this position. Although he's going a bit deeper, though, so he can play in front of the coffin smoke, potentially. There we go. Just in front of it, can take a shot and the fall back through it. And there's the flashbangs. So indeed, they've done what they needed to do to disable the AWP. Oh, that P250 from Jerry's done some damage, but everyone's dead. I actually don't know how Almeza died. I don't know if that was through the smoke or what, but this will be another round going to Team Spirit, and XE is going to have to desperately save this AWP.
Yeah, he's just in a position where if someone really swings, he can take a shot, probably kill somebody and fall back. Actually makes it easier for him to save because he knows that safe is behind him, especially with Flit towards top mid. This might not make sense to somebody. If he's trying to save, why isn't he over on A? Because he's making space for him to save. So if they try to hunt him, then it would be made a little easier for him. Maybe not easy, though. Now, Flick could try and pick up a weapon somewhere. He's only got a P250, but again, he's partly just containing. So he'll get nothing from this. And now the deficit is 1 for Team Spirit. So we'll see what the buy is.
It's getting scary now, isn't it? It's like Team Spirit have really got the number of forZe at this point. They're running those defaults, and they're just kind of working. They're just working out. Sometimes they hit A, sometimes they hit B afterwards, and essentially, I think we saw from Team Spirit a way to deal with that. We saw the aggressive AWP and AUG in the apartments to kind of deal with the 2 players taking over apartments before the default. The rest of the players from Banana make their way to top mid. Playing forward more, actively like that, more proactively, I think is likely the way forZe bring this game back into their hands. Try to take deep Banana. Try to actually take the initiative, as opposed to allowing so much space for Team Spirit to run these defaults and just have their choice of strategy each round. And we will have 3 players signing Banana there for forZe. Somewhat typically, they don't have all the confidence in the world to go extremely aggressive towards Banana, but they will get that deep smoke, and that's going to give them the confidence to go for it. Perhaps we've got Exopower playing on top of the broken wall, the half wall, that AWP, and Team Spirit are playing really cautiously here. Do they dare go through the smoke? Do they dare try to flash these players, these CTs, away from Banana? Looks like they will go just for the mid take instead for now. Trying to make sure that they keep eyes on Banana though. Make sure that no one's pushing. And okay, this is cool. We haven't seen this enough from forZe, because I guess because they've never had Banana control. But being able to play 4 players towards A, because they've cheated, they've got that Banana control, they are able to cheat 1 player across, and that's what they'll do. And that will be a much more helpful. And you can see Exopower, he's going to get more warning than he needs. Oh my god, no, that is the worst thing that could possibly have happened. That's beautiful from my disbalance. Hits the shot onto Exopower, standing atop the half wall, and now there are real problems for forZe. forZe have to make some decisions here. I like that they're keeping 3 players towards A. They're not allowing Team Spirit to bully them too much here, and they've just gone for the decisive play, which is just to stay in position, and it's going to work out. At least they can offer up some kind of a defense here. Here comes the wrap, though.
15 seconds to plant this bomb. There's huge pressure, and the CT could hide to some degree around these smoke grenades, but maybe they can't. Jerry, Flips in such a crucial spot. He's got a 2K, can't get the 3rd, but he has done enough. There isn't time to plant the bomb. It's too late, and Jerry can just sail in towards the canal or whatever it is in that T-spawn area and win the round. A beautiful hold, and maybe too late for error correction on that T-push. Just a little too late. These rounds are going back to the wire, down to the wire. It's been back and forth since the first half, and it certainly continues in the second. Pretty tense stuff.
Yeah, that's really mad that it was just won by such a close margin. What a beautiful performance there from Flip with the AUG. That's so important. But still, though, it does feel like forZe are struggling desperately on this TCD side at this point. It feels like Team Spirit have found their groove, running these defaults. forZe had again, their response was really good in that last round. They took Banana control. They had a 1-4 setup. That is how you want to do it. They were unfortunate that Idis Balance was just awesome on his peak with his AWP, but here comes a much more quick apartments take from Team Spirit. And they've got Banana as well. So this is another round where forZe have no information. Team Spirit are allowed to have the whole map to themselves. Even top mid is going to be for free. And that is going to be a scary prospect, I think, for forZe, I think, because again, if they are completely in the dark right now, they have no idea what's going on.
.50-second mark. Got grenades being lined up top mid. Will that might be close enough to here? I think it did a little damage there, so there's a clue. But there'll still be no rotation just yet. Again, with no info on Banana, that makes the rotation harder because Team Spirit have the space to go back if they want to, especially with 30 seconds on the clock. But here they are, slowly looking for the duels and pre-fire from Chopper. Crack stays up for the time being. They're doing huge damage in his choke point on short. That leaves Disbalance alone versus 4 tag. But Jerry's still alive and Flitz there to save the day. And that's another round in the bag, and there's not many more to catch for either of these teams in Inferno. Again, just not being given the jewels they're looking for in that short position. And then they get crunched by the CT side. And Spirit are in a bad position now. forZe have game points.
It's funny, isn't it? Because before, it was working for Team Spirit to play these really slow rounds and to play these defaults. And it was working for them, the fact that their opposition in forZe were not taking any part of the map. They were not being proactive. They were just playing really passively. And that was just working. It was just working. And then now we just saw that happen, and now forZe just holds heroically. So I think that was quite unexpected for Team Spirit, because one of the downsides of it as well, we saw in that timeout round, is that in playing that style, where you execute late onto a bomb site and you get so much space for free, they're burning so much time that you do have that time pressure get thrown into the mix, and that can force your hands in ways which you're not comfortable with always. So here we'll see forZe now with a really comfortable situation. Couple chances now to close this one out. Jerry with... Looks like he wants to go aggressive here. Oh, quick boost coming into play. Jumping on over... Oh, nicely done. Almeza jumping straight over the half wall there off the boost. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I need to see that again from Face Crack. That was just straight through the wall. That's stone cold. Oh my god, I don't know if I see... Was that all the damage there through the wall? My god, that is crazy.
Well, maybe Team Spirit will have time to check the VOD if they lose this round. What a bad spot to be in. 2 versus 5 against game point. forZe looking to take this one to overpass with a strong start. And again, Team Spirit maybe a slight favorite, at least in some eyes. Not the start they were looking for. Not over yet, but it doesn't look good. The prognosis is almost terminal. All but terminal.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, but it's not the time.
Oh my god. It's just from 100 HP to 0. That is mental. How does that even make sense? I've never seen that, actually. Oh my god, Almeza gets domed there by Sotfik. 2 quick kills. And he's on for this. 1 versus 3. This would be an insane clutch. To complete the ace, the 1 versus 3 now after plant. He's got to find a 1v1 somehow. He's going to maybe thinking about pushing this smoke perhaps. And there it is, hiding in the smoke. He had to go for a big play, a risky play, but that wasn't the one. And it will be forZe picking up the round. What a ridiculous trio of kills coming in at the beginning. And forZe, proving that at the start they looked confident. Team Spirit had their number to a certain extent. I mean, this was back and forth all the way, but forZe still seemed to be confident. They still seemed to have the